I'm here in the West Coast neighborhood to visit Island Penang Kitchen in search of the best char kway teow in Singapore. Alright, we got to address the elephant in the room. When we talk about char kway teow, there's always the narrative that the Penang version is better than our local version. So let's go there, let's light this candle. I searched for a place that can best represent the Penang Char Kway Teow, and that led me to Penang Island Kitchen. With a Google rating of 4.4 of 1,200 reviews, I think they know what they're doing. Let's get it, guys. 是里面叫还是？OK， 好，谢谢。先去那边还钱是吧？那你举个手，我们来的。OK， 好。So some of you might be thinking, Eldrick, how can you include the Penang version? There are two different dishes, aren't they? No. I took a close look at both recipes and determined that they are not legally distinct enough to be counted as two dishes. They have different styles, but they are the same dish. The ingredient list, the techniques, the steps, the key factors are all too similar to one another. Two main differences do arise. One, our local version tends to use a lot more dark soya sauce, and the keywords are a lot more because the Penang version sometimes use a little bit just to boost the color. And two, the Penang version tends to use duck eggs instead of chicken eggs. But even that is not really an absolute because there are stalls that use chicken eggs anyway. These two differences are, in my opinion, not enough to exclude the Penang version for our search for the best char kway teow in Singapore. And besides, don't you want to know how a top tier local version stands up to the Penang version? I do. The price of this plate is $6.50, so not too far off, although we are not in a hawker center today. Anyway. Huh. Good variety of ingredients, good amount of textures. We have two prawns, we have crispy lard, and the noodles go down very easily. Spiciness is just right for me, but I guess we have reached that point of the series where the market rate, the expectations are way higher now. The noodles are too plain. Once again, if you look at the noodles, they are very clean, barely any wok hei. Not only that, because the Penang version doesn't rely on dark soya sauce, it doesn't have that nuanced strong flavor to carry it, which if it's your style, sure, but you have to get flavor from somewhere else, right? Be it the cockles, in which they don't include here, or lard, there are crispy bits but I don't taste it in the noodles, or maybe something you sneak into the sambal like belacan, or even maybe some higher grade of light soya sauce. But here the noodles are so plain, so clean, there's not enough flavor. At the same time, there's a good amount of bean sprout and Chinese chives, which actually makes me feel healthy eating this. It's not healthy. It's funny though, there's a good amount of ingredients like egg, lapcheong, prawns, garlic, lard, but it's not helping the noodles. I particularly miss the cockles. Like now having a plate without it really highlights what a big impact cockles play. That strong seafoody flavor, right? To spike your palate every now and then, right? It's so precious. A common theme so far in the series is having too much dark soya sauce, causing it to be too sweet, very hard to eat more of it, and a good char kway teow being defined as how easy it goes down. But this plate makes me eat my words. There is no dark soya sauce, and now I really miss that flavor, or any flavor for that matter. And this plate goes down too easily that I don't feel like I've ate. It's not a bad plate, it's definitely not a bad plate, but coming off some really good char kway teows now, I feel like this is the difference between a master of one dish and a person that has to run a whole kitchen. One noodle I'll walk for the char kway teow, 2 noodles I'll take a bus for the char kway teow, and 3 noodles I will go anywhere in Singapore for the char kway teow. And Island Penang Kitchen is 1 noodle. It is still a decent dish, but everything that I've learned about what makes char kway teow right is not really present here. The wok hei, the contrast in strong and light flavors, the variety of textures. It really feels like I'm comparing a dish that someone knows how to make versus another person's specialty. Now I'm very curious. How does an authentic Penang version taste like? I just touched down in Penang and we're gonna head to a Jalan Lembah Permai to search for an awesome Char Kway Teow. Penang people take their Char Kway Teow very seriously. They hold tournaments in which they invite anyone, home cooks, hawkers, restaurant owners, anyone who can fry up a good plate of Char Kway Teow, all in order to find out who has the best plate of Char Kway Teow. How sick is that? And now we are headed to the second runner-up of the tournament, an awesome Char Kway Teow or Zhi Liu Xiang. And I'm super excited. I remember being super blown away when I first tried Penang Char Kway Teow like 5 years ago now. So yeah, let's get it, guys. Hello, 一个小的鸭蛋。
鸭蛋小
啊，
是
的。
辣椒可以吗？
要。
普通的啊。
啊，
好，
可以来。
你看可以啊。
Okay, okay. A lot of egg, high ingredient to noodle ratio. That seems to be like my favorite term by now. And significantly drier actually. Way less oilier than what you would think of Char Kway Teow. But good smell, nice little burnt bits as well. How far is Penang? 900 km just to eat this? Anyway. Worth it. So tasty. I cannot emphasize how tasty this is. The use of duck egg and the amount of it and the technique of it just makes the noodles so addictive. It is that kind of savouriness that will send your appetite into overdrive. It was a small plate of noodles, but I've wolfed it down in, I want to say, 2 minutes. Just crazily tasting and appetizing. And then they cut that with the bean sprout and Chinese chives. The bean sprouts are extra crispy and fresh. And the prawn is... I usually don't comment about prawns because what we use locally is often some Vaname farm prawns that don't taste like anything. But here the prawns taste fresh and snappy. The lapchong adds a good touch as well, although now I might be an addict of cockles in Char Kway Teow. I seem to miss that flavour. I can't get over how tasty it is. Actually crazy. But it does have a miss. The kway teow is not treated well enough. It is slightly mashed, clumpy, and doesn't really have a nice mouthfeel when you put it in. It feels a little bit like tangled wires. This might be how they like it here. I'll find out over the next few days. But I would have preferred it to have a little bit more oil and for the noodles to be a bit more solid. But that's the only miss. 1 noodle I'll work for the Char Kway Teow, 2 noodles I'll take a bus for the Char Kway Teow, and 3 noodles I'll go anywhere in Singapore for the Char Kway Teow. Wait, this doesn't work. Whatever, I'm still going with it. An awesome Char Kway Teow gets 3 noodles. Just insanely appetizing. The tastiness is so fast and so easy. It's like a dopamine hit. And then you immediately counter that with the crumbling of different textures. The bean sprout and the Chinese chive to cut it, and then you go for another mouthful. And then your plate just disappears. The ratings might be moderated over the next few days. Maybe this is the market rate here. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I'll make it work. You know what? I actually cannot. Wait, hold on. 一个鸡蛋小的啊，要啊。I got the chicken egg one. What the hell? Hold up. I used to think that duck egg is the superior choice when it comes to Char Kway Teow, but not anymore. I think the chicken egg provides a different look. It's more even in taste, and they changed their recipe. It's not just a difference in egg when you order. There is more light and dark soy sauce in this version, and the noodles are fried a little bit more. Or maybe there's a different order in which the noodles go in. But now the noodles have a little bit more body and a little bit more oiliness. It's like they hurt me. But either way, you still have all the positive qualities from the previous version. The chicken egg one gets the same 3 noodles. I'm excited to see what else Penang has to offer. But that's all I have for you guys this time. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.